Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the New Low podcast where every episode is a new low. And today it's gonna get a bit serious. There's no intro music, there's nothing, none of that, because we're gonna be talking about something that's very serious right now, the Myanmar situation that's still ongoing. People posted a bit about it in the start, and it's still ongoing, and there's still violations of human rights. So we're gonna touch on rape, abuse, fucking a lot of bad things. So it's gonna get a little bit serious this week. And basically, I recorded a conversation with a person of a Myanmar national that may or may not be my friend. Maybe a she, maybe a he. I don't know. I don't know who this person is. We have no idea on their identity. This person is an anonymous person that I have no idea who it is. And basically, it's a Myanmar national, and they're gonna give. Uh, basically, it's just a conversation about the situation and how real things are and how we're gonna go on moving forward. So, without further ado, let's head on over to it. All right. So, safety concern. I guess we don't reveal your identity,
Yep.
and should be fine. So, I guess we should start with how you doing. All right.
Well, Uh, I will say I'm fortunate enough to say that I'm fine, but not for other people. I'm fine in terms of like I'm safe just because I'm staying at home. I
Mhm.
know that the danger is out there if I go out. So yeah, um, I've been staying at home for 2 months actually, not even a step out of my house, to be honest, because the soldiers are on the streets and yeah, if they suspect you, they can just like put you in their car and then they can just put you in the jail for no reason. So the danger is out there. So I'm safe in terms of like, if you ask me staying at home is safe, then yeah, I'm safe and fine.
So they're like around like how much like how out there is the military right now? Like are they like right, are they at freaking everywhere or
Yeah, they are
just
literally everywhere, like on each corner of the street. So if they see you protesting, if they see you something suspect, if they suspect something, if they feel like they wanna take you to jail, they have they can just do that, without any concern. Or if you even if you explain, they don't let you. They Okay, let's say you are going out to buy groceries or something. You
Mhm.
have to make sure that you are carrying your grocery bag and your purse only, not even phone. And if they see you holding a phone, they will be like, show us your phone, we have to check your phone and stuff. So it's really like, there's no freedom, honestly. It's not the same like how you live in other country.
Yeah, I mean it
Basically just
wasn't
that.
even like I mean before this it was a bit normal there, right? Like it was way
Yes, it was. Yeah.
just like from what I understand like it started off in like February, right?
Yes, actually, it all started back in 1st of February when you
Election.
know, yeah, the election happened. The election happened, I think, back in 2019. I'm not quite sure. That time I was in Malaysia, right? So yeah, it all started after the election. Once the election result came out, the military commander in chief Mayon, he was like, okay, there's a fraud going on in the election. The votings are not correct, and he just say that we will do the election again after 1 year, and for 1 year he will take over the power and then control the country. But um, in reality, there's nothing happening in the country for him to take over or control or something like that, whatever he's saying, you know? Yeah. So let me explain you more about this military uh, guy, like the military commander chief.
Yeah.
So he is okay. So the international condemnation and sensation. has like tell him that he have um, so many laws have been sued on him because he attacked the minority ethnics in Myanmar. I mean, the most obvious case is Rohingya genocide. He have like a lot of cases going on him, on ICC and ICJ. So on 3rd of March, ICC called him on the court. So he have like there's no escape for him because it's obvious that he killed a lot of thousands of people back in Rakhine State, to this minority people who are Rohingyas, right? So
So
um
he has like a war crime. It's almost like
yeah.
a violation of human rights in his history.
Yes, exactly. So he can't do that to these cities because it is city, right? So he is doing to these minority people, not only Rohingya, honestly, saying he did this to Kachin people, Kaya people, who are like minority people, Kachin, Kaya, Kayenchen. We have like 9 ethnic groups, not including Rohingyas, because uh, Buddhist people say that, Burmese people say that Rohingyas are not a part of ethnic group, honestly. So without Rohingya, there are 9 minority people. He killed all the he killed and control all these minority people except Burmese people, because Burmese people have a lot of control
It sounds almost like
in terms of,
he's like a warlord, I guess. But
yeah, kind of like that. I
but he
I
was
see.
he's like but technically it's like the legit like the military, right? The country's military. It's
Mm-hmm.
technically under.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. It is.
the military acts like independently of the government almost, or like it's a weird relationship.
What do you mean by independently government? Like
Like
on
usually I
his,
think the government controls the military, right?
the government? Yeah, actually, usually it is like that. Here, the military wants to be the government. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now with
So,
the because they claim like it's a stolen election and then they took over.
mm-hmm.
And how did that take place? Because it wasn't violent like it wasn't like immediately
It
violent.
wasn't violent, but people start protesting because they can't just um, accept the fact that he can just come and take over the power whenever he want, right? So the public start protesting peacefully. We start like, I'm sure you have seen on social media, we start like dressing up, or we start like uh you know uh
Peaceful
do like
protesting.
yeah, peaceful protest. We do like rally and all that stuff on street, and we do like at night we do protests with candles, and then all the stuff. We have done whatever we can, but without doing any harm to the public or the military, right? But they start uh, killing people, actually literally killing people with guns, and on their social media, on their webs, actually on their television, they just say that they use the rubber bullets, but in real they use the real bullets, and people and we can't help but not able to save the people who died.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt they even have rubber bullets, man. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't sound like something they would invest in.
Yeah, and they just lie on their media, and about okay, when it comes to media, they're the things that they are trying to take in control, I guess. They limited the use of our internet. Honestly, I can't use internet, okay, until I think yesterday. I can't use internet from 1 a.m. till 10 p.m. No, I mean 10 a.m. morning. So basically, the whole night there's no internet. I don't know why he cut off the internet the whole night. Um, well, there's a reason why, because back in March, back in February, 20 something, after start from that time, the military start arresting the the protester, the leader of the protester, I
Hmm.
don't know how to call them, the what do you call, the politicians, right?
Oh,
The one who started the rally, and the teachers, the lawyers, whoever start the, these protesting stuff. So they start arresting them at night. So what people do is, when we have the internet, we start doing live videos. So when the police come, or when the military come to this house, we can just go and protect these people who are being arrested, or who are getting to arrest. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
basically, by cutting off the internet, we won't get enough information. We won't have the information who is getting arrested or
yeah, but
whatever.
they didn't cut off the internet completely, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, because I'm sure they don't have. Uh, I guess they can't fight against the, foreign network. You know, I mean, they have business going on as well. For instance, we have Oridu and Telenor, which is from uh, Omar, and Telenor is from, I guess, Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. If I think they can't cut off internet from those lines, because those are not, you know, how would I say, not
They don't have
from the
control. They
country.
almost
Yeah,
don't have control over like that. They're just like
yeah.
negotiating almost.
Yes, that's what
So
I'm
you
trying
think
to
that's
say.
like almost like a
So
financial incentive for the military. And what
I
happened to the
believe
government?
so.
The government is just like dissolved, and now it's just completely military.
So far, I can say that it's just completely military, because he detained
He
Aung
arrested a
San Suu
bunch.
Kyi. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He arrested Aung San Suu Kyi and the government, our government as well, and then the along with her,
yeah. I'm pretty sure they arrested
her
her
followers. Yeah,
for like using radio or some or walkie-talkie. Like a bunch of the military I think like put a bunch of charges on her, and one of it is like you need like permission to use a walkie-talkie, and
yeah. That's stupid and crazy.
they just stacked a bunch of like random charges.
Exactly, exactly. So that's what he have been doing. He arrested 300 students, especially the medical students. So
Mm.
basically, all these protesting started with the medical students. We call it like students, student protesting day or something like that. Yeah, it all started in 1st of February. All the medical student, engineers, lawyers, all the students come out and start protesting against this government. But then he just using the power of,
They arrested everybody
yeah,
almost.
yeah. Or if one don't want to go, like, if one start doing protesting every day, they just like target on that one person and kill the person, something like that. Yeah, so we can't even post on social media about who is protesting and who is not. So yeah, that's the thing. We have to, for now, for today, for instance, we are doing silent strike, which means like we just don't go out at all. We just stay at home, and um, showing that we are against this dictatorship. So yeah,
Hmm. So
yeah.
it's almost like stay-at-home order.
Yeah, stay at home. But basically, by doing this, we are saving our people. Basically, we are, because if we go out, there's a chance that they might kill us. They might, because they have the
Arrest. They
power
might
of gun.
they might
Yeah, they might
detain you,
arrest. Yeah,
and they do
because
kill people.
they have the power. They have the power because they can use the guns, and you know
So
the yeah.
so the situation right now, like if I were to run it down for like most people, because a lot of my friends also they don't know exactly what's going on. So I mean, you said it before, like they basically said the election was a fraud. Like it was like
Mm-hmm.
so they wanted to redo the election, and they issued I think like what like a curfew or like some kind of military control for a year. That was their plan to do a year.
Yeah, that was their plan to do a year, but according to the history, that's not what happened. Whenever one military government came on to the power, they just go for 30 or
I mean,
40
yeah, I
years.
mean they
And
arrested Aung San Suu Kyi, so I don't know how they're going to hold the election. if they arrested the other part, the political party. So
That's the thing. It's so stupid that because it's predictable that they're gonna win because they arrest the other political party, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
which is
it's like yeah, it's predictable and it's stupid. They just think that public is not. I don't know. They just think that they can do whatever they want. That's why we need like the UN to take action and other
because yeah, it
countries
is
too.
human rights violation. That's like severe human rights violation that's going on there. So
Yep.
they took over the government. They arrested the opposition party,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't know if they're going to do a re-election anymore without the opposition. But I guess now
Mm-hmm.
they're more. And then the military started arresting protesters because people are not satisfied with the situation.
Yeah.
So they started arresting the protesters, and they started doing like I mean they are committing war crimes basically right now. I think
Yeah. Exactly. They're doing war crime actually, and honestly, if let's say if the military want to do CDM, which means civil disobedient obedient movement, which means like they don't want to you know do whatever this government say, then they have consequences that they have to face. Um, for example, they have to go to uh, this out of the city place, and then they have to work for their lifetime. You know, the military um, have to work for their lifetime, something like that. It's like that's what they have to pay for not being a soldier, something like that, which is nonsense.
if
Which
they
I don't
if
think.
they like don't obey the orders,
Yes, exactly. If they don't obey the orders or they wanna leave the military.
deflect almost.
Yeah.
All right, so that's how the situation is escalating. I mean, even saw like you share a bunch of stories like a lot of people are being like tortured, and they're having like their organs taken out and like
Yeah, yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do to the people that they target. You know, like I said earlier, the what do you call the protester or the activist,
mhm.
they just target them and then they just arrest them at night, and in the morning they just send the dead body like they're not even human. And these military people, they are on drugs actually. They, if you see them at night, it's like a, it's like, you know how in movies they just cut off all the internet so you don't have access to one another, but they just come to your house and they just knock the door and they just tell you to come out and they arrest you, and in the morning they just send the dead body to your family. It's like a nightmare, honestly.
Yeah, that's like it's very. I mean, you wouldn't expect something like that to happen in like 2021 and
Yeah.
in Myanmar too, because Myanmar has been quite stable for the past few years, I would say, right?
Yeah, for 5 years after Aung San Suu Kyi took over the, won the elections, I will say like it's developing, but
So
um,
it's really
the
surprising that
only
now all of a sudden
now,
again,
yeah, yeah,
and um, yeah, and they're basically torturing people, they're killing
hmm
them, and they've abused them. They're detained like a lot, right?
hmm well, there is one thing though. This is just my opinion, okay? So for me, I'm not like against Aung San Suu Kyi, but I'm not supporting her either. But I am literally like against this military dictatorship. Okay, I say this because this is just my opinion. Okay, because we have okay, I mentioned about ICC and ICJ, right, to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like ICC and ICJ is making case against this military coup, the Mayor Line guy. So
Wait, what was that again? ICC?
ICC, ICJ, it is like a human genocide. I mean, it's a code against human genocide. They just punish the people, the leaders who do ethnic cleansing and everything.
Got it.
Okay, so yeah, so back in 2019, I suppose they called Aung San Suu Kyi and this military government to admit that they have ethnic cleansing in Myanmar, right? So, but back then, Aung San Suu Kyi denied that there's no such thing, and she is along with the military government, right? And she said that. her military will not never do such thing. So she literally like
Co-
turn
covered
back
up.
on. Yeah, she did that. So, well, for me, I believe that if she never did such thing back then this we would never face this day, right? So the court will take actions against him if she have, you know, tell the truth and stand with the rights that the Rohingya people were, they killed the
Yeah,
Rohingya
ethnic
people,
cleansing
and
was going
yeah,
on.
was real.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
then.
they arrested her now. So
Mhm.
I don't know if like maybe that's something like behind the scenes that was going on.
Yeah, that's what I believe as well.
But
Another
yeah,
thing,
we don't
maybe.
really know much
Yeah,
about it.
maybe she have been like, I don't know,
Torture and control.
brainwashed or torture or something like that, and or maybe she have been told to say such thing so that they can take over the power when the time comes. Maybe they have been planning this for a long time already, because there's only one thing that this guy is scared of, which is that ICC and ICJ, because ICC and ICJ is like, it's along with UN, and it's the only thing that is making case against him, right? And another thing is CDM, which is Civil Disobedience Movement.
Yeah.
Once the people, or like all the doctors, teachers, lawyers, no one is working in the country, then the country will stop moving, the country will stop developing, and the income will, there will be no income. So it will be lost for the country. Yeah, but we will suffer this for like quite a few time, I guess. Economically, the public will have to suffer a lot, but I guess that's what we are paying for democracy.
But no one, not to say no one is protesting right now, but people
Yeah,
are not,
yeah,
they're no longer protesting as much now, right?
yeah, because we're scared of, we are
I
scared
think even
to.
recently, I think a kid died, like a child got
Yeah,
shot.
yeah, 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 yeah. So basically, we're just speechless to describe what they have been doing to Myanmar. They are killing and robbing and threatening, and all unlawful things they are doing. So yesterday they just killed like a pregnant lady and a young kid, like who is just 7 years old. So that's why we just do this silent strike, saying that that we are just speechless of whatever they're saying. So we just don't go out, and then if just staying at home and not doing anything. So yeah.
Yeah. And how close were you, like you would say, to like the chaos? Like how close were you to all these action and stuff?
Well, it's happening on the street, so I can see from my house.
Hmm.
Honestly, if I just go out, like if I just go down the street, can see like whatever happening, like killing and dying. I mean, the other day I was just like roaming in the balcony because I can't go out, right? So I just saw that these protesters, they just come inside the street and inside the house, and the military, he just like follow him and then kick him and then beat his head with the gun, and the blood came out. So it's like, okay, I was scared for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, but when you see those stuff every day, it becomes like a normal. But I don't want that, I don't want that thing to be normal, because
It's
I
not.
know that it's not normal.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like I was scared, and it was traumatizing for me when I saw that for first, a couple of days. But yeah, I've seen like a lot of people like getting like blood out of their head and nose and stuff, because they just beat the shit out of these people, and then like take them to the car and
It's like
just throw them in the jail.
everybody out there is just bleeding right now.
Exactly, if you go out and protest.
Damn.
Yeah, and these people are just, they have nothing, honestly. When they just shot the gun to your head, and when you check the person who died, like when you check their bags and stuff, you can just see like uh money and some foods that they bring to eat while protesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have nothing to even like
So you believe like
protect.
a lot of these military people are like under the influence, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are, and they are under drugs actually.
Not good drugs apparently because they're getting all freaky. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so
I mean, they have no mercy whenever they see a person. They like if they caught one, we just run actually. Like we protest, and then when we see they coming towards us, they coming to arrest you, we just run. And if they caught one person, they just beat the shit out of that person and like kill them on the spot. And there are some people that we can't even count because they just kill them and then take them away. You know what I'm saying?
and do they cover up, you think? Like they like they don't report a lot of these things,
No, no, of course not. They don't want to. Uh, they don't want the world to know about this, that they are killing people. Honestly,
so they cover it up.
yeah, they just killed, and then they never show it on their media. They cover it up
So the
really well.
situation that I want to say is like very dire, I think, because you're saying like people are dying out there and they're bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
It's really it's a real situation.
It is real,
And
but yeah, it's just one knock away. That one knock away means like you never know when they will come to your door and knock the door and then take you to the jail. It's the fear is out there, so you have to watch every step, whatever you're doing.
yeah, I mean that's frightening, man. They're just walking around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, okay, you don't like this person, you want to say something against this person because you know that he is not doing right, but you have no right to say that because he have the power. Basically something like that, you know.
And well, I guess one of the question is how's like your life been like day to day? Like, I mean, obviously it's affected a lot by the situation, but I want to know like how
Well,
much
it's a
changes.
lot. It changes a lot, especially for me as an individual. I was protesting back then, but then you know how parents are, they got really scared and all that. So my mom is like, not don't protest because uh, there have been rumors going around that if they arrest a girl, if they arrest if if they caught girl protesting, they just literally rape them
Yeah.
in the jail. So it's not safe for women to protest. Even they do like sexual harassment and all that stuff. So my parents got scared and they don't let me go out, honestly. So yeah, that's also one thing that I want to mention, that you know it's not safe for women to go out. Even they
They
can just arrest and lie with any.
they just rape the women. Basically,
Yeah,
I mean, a
they
lot of
just
these
do that.
sounds like what was happening like during the war times with soldiers, basically.
Yeah,
They were
it's
just killing and
actually.
murdering everybody and raping the women. Oh,
Hmm.
and but how about like the essential stuff? Like how's food? How's the resources? Like
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Since we're doing CDM and we're not going out, and everything shut down actually. Like
the
the
stores?
yeah, the store shut down because the military just come inside the store and take the stuff without buying them. They just robbing literally
Yeah,
the
pillaging.
yeah. So people usually like stop going to people actually stop going to work, and then the food sellers are not selling food anymore, something like that. So basically for me, it's really hard because my parents can't work, and then the economy is going down, so the living becoming hard, honestly.
So where do you get food and stuff? Like
Like okay, we can go to the groceries. They open a market where the government owns that market. You know what I'm saying?
it's like a
Yeah,
military. It's like
military stall or something like that,
yeah,
whatever you can call
almost
it.
like an emergency ration.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a
Yeah,
is it like a
something like
camp?
that.
Is it like a makeshift like camp thing? or is it?
It's not like that, but there are some people who actually like wants to earn for living, like okay, for example, there are some people who actually are struggling to survive day to day.
Yeah,
For example, like vegetable sellers and all that stuff. Of course they will go and sell their stuff, but then the military will come and take
they
all
just take
their
what they
goods.
want, probably.
Yeah, so for them it's hard to even to do the living, so they can't do it, so we have no choice but to go to the um food, the malls that the government are built. So at first what we did was we boycott whatever the military government owned. For example, the SIM cards, they have a lot of what you call the big buildings and shopping malls and etc. that they own, this military coup owns. So at first we stopped going to those places. We were like, we will not buy from here so that they won't get any incomes from us. We are not even giving taxes, so the government won't get any, even a penny from us. But then we have no choice to go there because they just do all the stuff. Because of that consequences, we have to end up going to their malls and their
There's no
hospitals.
there's no options anymore.
There's no option. Yeah, they left no options for us. You know
So
what I'm saying?
so now you just so what kind of
Yeah.
food do they have? Is it like just basic stuff? Like do you still get like
Yeah, we buy the groceries how we can buy in Tesco and stuff. We have cold storage, which is like a partnership with the government, the military government.
mm,
Well, actually the military government have a lot of money that he took from the country. So he
corruption?
have yeah, he have hospitals, parks, and then cafes and all over the country. He have even SIM card, so basically, we can get internet from his brand, but not from other brands. So basically, if you want to use internet, you have to use his SIM
Man,
card
is the
instead of
government like
us.
listening on this? Do you think? Is there a
Uh,
chance
prob-
to like
Probably, but I'm using VPN, so it's fine. I guess it won't
yeah.
be. I guess,
I mean, I don't
but
know about military like tech tracking technology or anything. I hope they can't.
um,
I mean, they can
well,
still watch this on YouTube, I guess.
I
So,
hope they do. I hope they do because I fucking hate them, man.
yeah, we just slamming on them. But how about water? Do they cut the water? Like, what's the water
Oh,
supply like?
it's okay. Water is okay. I don't think. Yeah, that
The essential living stuff is like, it's
water
okay.
and food. Yeah, but then the business is going really bad, so it's really hard.
People are running out of money, you think,
Yes, exactly.
because there's nowhere to
Because
work and get money.
yeah, the basic people are not working anymore. For example, the doctors are not going to the hospitals.
Lawyers
The
probably
people,
don't have job
no,
because
no
there's no
one.
law.
So yeah, there's no law. Exactly. So yeah, everything stops. Honestly, just
Mm.
stop. So people are just living what they have saved so far. So um, I'm scared, honestly. I'm scared that even after we get democracy, how we gonna live?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's one of the question. Like, what's the best like case scenario from here? Like, what's the best outcome you can see moving forward from this? Because right now I feel like it's very messy and it's hard to see a clear future. For me, at least, I can't really think of like a clear way to. So it's a
yeah,
mess.
it is a mess. But then all we are hoping for is to get, okay. What we believe is if we suffer now, we can have a brighter future in the future for our kids and grandkids, right? So if we just go with the flow and just be selfish right now, then the military government will took over the power for 30 years, 40 years or whatnot, because they have done this already. And what we have seen is the their grandkids and their kids are getting rich only, not the people from the country, and the country is not developing at all, and the country is like just going down and down. And there's no rights for humans, if because I've seen it, and back in 90s, when the military government took over the power. Um, even back in school, the children who are relative with the military have more, what do you call, more place,
Privilege,
yeah, privilege in school compared to the normal people, or the
like
or
working
the
class like
person,
that.
yeah, working class people, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. And so basically, what you think is going to go on for like 30 years plus?
Could be.
That's
If
like one of the realistic outcomes, you think?
Yeah, yeah, so we're just thinking that, okay, if we can get back on our feet once we get the democracy, things can get back to normal, but we won't get the democracy again if we don't fight
Yeah,
now.
I mean, right now the main focus should be like self-preservation and you got to try to survive, but there's no real jobs to survive from right now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
There's no, yeah,
how about like
it just
intervention though? Like, I mean, because one of the questions I have is the attention thing, like global attention. That's not much people care. Right? Like, not much countries and powers care about the situation,
Well,
I think.
the country is, I think, the world is more focusing on COVID right now. We honestly, we don't have much death in terms of COVID, but we have more death on this
Military.
military, yeah, coup thing. So you're right in, when it comes to the media, they're not giving much attention. I guess that is also because, um Myanmar is not well known country, first of all, and second is,
You can't really
you know
control how what people care about
yeah,
either.
yeah, yeah, that's also. But I guess the news is out there. We are doing our best to let the world know that, what's happening in Myanmar. For me, instance, I'm posting on Twitter and Facebook, especially a lot on day-to-day news. But yeah, I believe it's all in us, in Myanmar citizen hands, to get what we want, instead of just hoping for the other nations to do any actions. So we are just fighting against this military group
Because
by
UN
staying at home.
UN
Yeah,
have their troops too, I guess, but
yeah.
I I don't think war is a good outcome for both parties. Even if it's for the
Um,
best people, there's still more people would die from it, I guess.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing also, and I don't think UN will do war against Myanmar. One thing is because Myanmar, the China and Russia is supporting Myanmar, the Myanmar coup, because they have friendship, I guess.
Oh,
Myanmar have a lot of, yeah. That's the one of the main reason that UN is not doing much actions on Myanmar. That's what I believe.
damn, I thought China was cool, man. Thought they were
Oh, I thought you will know about it. Okay. Back on 3rd March or 4th March, I don't know. UN have a meeting regarding this issue, right? So they do a voting system where all the UN, all the countries. I think 36. I'm not sure how many countries were there.
the summit
So
one, the global
yeah,
summit.
yeah, the global summit, they do a voting thing, and a lot of country vote against this Myanmar coup, except China and Russia.
Russia.
Yeah, so basically they just say that it's the country's problem, we don't have to interfere and all that stuff. But yeah, other countries vote against Myanmar, but UN is not doing anything, despite the fact that other countries vote against doing an action on
Yeah, I mean, the
this
way I look at it is like
situation.
if there's like violations of human rights and there's clear war crimes going on, I think that like automatically like calls for action from external forces, I think. But at the same time, I feel like even a lot
There
of
should be.
countries, a lot of powers, they're like, I don't know why.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, because it's a situation where you want to help, but you don't want to make things worse, I guess. You know,
I don't know what they're looking for. They just keep saying that we're doing our best. We're hoping for the best.
the
It just
military.
No, the UN.
Oh, the UN. So the
Yeah.
military was like, hey, we're just doing this for.
Yeah, that's what they say though. They are like, don't go out, this is for your best, we're just doing for your best, just follow out whatever we
They're not
say.
really giving out
It's
free food or anything, are they, the military?
no, why would they?
I mean, if no one, I mean, everyone doesn't have a job. I mean, that's like the minimum they can do. At least give,
Oh, that's the least thing they would do.
at least like
They're
give the
like,
poor guys some food, man. It's like the farmers. The farmers probably can feed themselves, but I imagine like a lot of like low, like poor houses
low
where,
wage people.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
low wage
Low wage people.
families
They, yeah, that's what people are scared of. Like, okay, we have, I have, housemate who come to our house and work for daily, and she was like, we're not scared of, this, the country situation anymore, because we're scared that we will die out of starvation.
starvation. Yeah, everybody's gonna
Yeah.
start starving.
So it seems like we are getting weaker in terms of that, because the economy is going down in terms of like fighting against this coup. And I guess like the military government know this already. I'm sure like they know that once the economy is going down, the people will stop protesting and they will be normal again. But we're just staying strong here, we're just like hoping
Trying
for
their
the best,
best to
especially,
survive.
yeah, especially that's why we call this like we name it Gen Z war, because this fighting is against the Myanmar government coup against the generation Z. So start from 1990, I think six, I'm not sure, to until 2000 children, the first year, second year, third year students, mostly university students. So uh, we all start doing this, and we still doing it. We post it on social media, Instagram, let the world know what's happening,
Yeah, I
etc.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because at the same time you have to think about like power, right? Like how much power this group have and how much power like this other group have.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically, the military has, I mean, create
Yeah.
a large
Well,
amount of power.
well, the other thing that we were hoping is that once we are like out of options, we are hoping that the federal military, we have something called federal military who fight against this government military coup, um, um, back in 90s or 2000, back then,
Hmm.
to get their federal democracy. Like I mentioned, we have our own ethnicity, right? Like Kachin, Kaya, Kayin. So each ethnic group have their own military, their own soldiers,
Yeah,
their own ethnic soldiers. So we Burmese hope that they would join us to fight against this coup, because
damn, bro, that's like the sounds like Endgame where they
yeah,
all the troops come
come
together,
together. Yeah, yeah, we have memes about that as well, actually.
all the forces work together and try to
Work together.
fight
Yeah,
the warlord military, really.
yes, yes.
But that would lead to a lot of death, and it would be quite tragic too, I imagine. But at the same time, yeah, there's a chance for freedom,
Mm-hmm.
which is what people really want.
Yeah. Well, actually, this is like one of the well, honestly, we don't want to leak this information, but I'm
Oh
just
boy.
telling you, I'm just telling you, because on exactly on 27, for to be exact, we are hoping that the uh, this federal military will join the Burmese to fight against the coup. But that's what we're hoping for. We don't know whether they wants to join us or not. That's what that this is like up
That's
to them.
that's the hope. I
Is the
mean,
hope. Yeah.
I would prefer people not die.
That's what we prefer also. That's why we are doing this silent strike for
Yeah.
until
I
26th
mean,
of March.
for me, the best case scenario would be like the military just have like a change of heart and start helping people out or something.
That
But
will be.
that's
I
not
don't think that will ever happen,
that's not
because
realistic.
no, all they know is to steal stuff from people. Okay, first of all, they steal the COVID vaccine.
Damn, bro.
Uh,
The
it was
vaccine.
the vaccine. It was okay before they take over the power. When Aung San Suu Kyi was, our government,
Hmm.
she. she said that she will give the vaccine to the medical team first, the medical
Frontliners,
of yeah, the frontliners first, and then the
military,
workers, the government workers,
right?
not the military, the government workers, and then the military, and then the what do you call, the public. Okay, the public will be full. So now he just changed the whole scenario. He is like, the military will take the vaccine first, and then the leftover will give it to the frontliners, and then
I mean,
whatever.
at the same time, I guess when they go out killing people, they at least won't spread COVID. So
And
they
yeah, that's one of the good thing, I
so they're
guess.
just vaccinating their own like troops.
Hmm.
They stole the vaccine.
They stole the vaccine, and they stole the golds from the Golden Pagoda, because our one of the most famous thing in Myanmar is that the Shwedagon Pagoda, which
Yeah.
is made out of gold, like the whole pagoda is made up with gold,
Hmm.
and no one dare enough to take the gold from that pagoda. It's like the, what do you call,
Almost
it's
like
something.
a historical site, I think.
Yeah, yeah, and the government, this guy, he just climb up there and take all the plates, all the gold, and then he just paint it with gold paint. Like, we don't even know.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I mean, at least he was nice enough to like
Paint it
fix
with
it.
gold.
Yeah, at least it's a bit considerate in that case. But I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I don't know. For
it's
me,
obvious.
my
It's
my
obvious that,
yeah,
yeah, it's obvious that he is broke.
is
Honestly,
the government. I mean, the military, the guy.
yeah, yeah, he is broke because the people start, uh, you know, going to work, and it's been 2 months.
I mean, for me, my like unrealistic, like best case scenario would be like they would just be more compassionate and maybe they stop, maybe they switch their drugs out, maybe do something that's more nice. Because I'm pretty sure they're doing like morphine or something crazy.
I guess so. I mean, they have been, whatever they have been doing is not human. It's not like human. They just cut, people
Yeah, yeah, because it reminds me of
out,
those.
and
Because I think it's quite common in like military and war, where people just take drugs where they lose their humanity and they turn into like this
evil.
crazy. Yeah, they lose compassion.
Yes, yes. I think, yeah, they just do that on purpose, so that they have the guts to do it. But you can see on TikTok. Actually, the military people, they do TikTok,
Hmm.
and then you can see that they threatening people, saying that if you go out, look at this. We are not using rubber bullet. These are real bullets. Just come out. I will show you how my this what do you call, guns are made of and stuff. So they are just literally threatening
Do you
people.
follow them on TikTok?
I don't. I don't, but then I just go there to see how crazy shit they are doing.
They're just
They just
uploading TikToks of them being like, "Hey, this is not rubber bullets. We can't. We just got real bullets. I'm sorry."
yeah, that's what they've been doing. And then they be like, "Oh, I just killed this much people today." They're doing bets on
So
people,
you're
you know.
saying this whole coup was just to get followers on TikTok.
I guess so. And there have been rumors going on that, whoever people go out, they just tell them to follow them on TikTok. It's just crazy.
You force the people to follow you on TikTok.
They force people to follow you on TikTok by using
Are
guns.
these
They'll be like,
individual people, or do you think is there like one main military TikTok where they like spread their propaganda?
it's individual, honestly.
Just
It's like,
mm,
yeah, just they have like position, the heads, and then the soldiers, and then the general, etc., etc. So the, what do you call, the, whatever the decisions are made by the general, and then the soldiers follow them, right? So
mhm.
the TikToks are made by the soldiers, and the soldiers are uneducated. They are from those village side of area, they who just become like child soldiers, and then when they grow up, they become like a, you know
Addicts.
yeah, like that.
They're all
So they
morphined
have,
out.
yeah, they have no education to choose between right or wrong, so they just follow whatever the military had
No,
soldiers tell them
I
to
mean
do.
I don't I think that's more they were trained as children. Because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like if you grew up in rural area, you actually have more compassion, I think, for just humans. But if you grew up in like a almost like a militant style, you kind of lose respect to human life. You don't value human life as much. I think if you grew up in like a
Yeah, when you look at their eyes, like it's obvious that you can see that they don't have humanity. They just killed a person like a thing, you know. They just kill on the spot. And sometimes they use those rifle where you can see on GTA or something, like you just kill nonstop, you know,
machine
with
gun,
machine gun. They bring machine gun, for fuck's sake.
they have
To
machine
do,
guns.
yeah,
No rubber
for those,
bullets, though. I guess they invested in.
they literally like use the machine gun to stop these protesters. I'm like shocked.
But I guess people in like the rural, like really rural areas, they're not like I'm talking like almost like no like roads to the place. Like people living in like very rural area. They're not too. They should be living okay, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I have friends in Rakhine State. He said that everything is fine there because the government had full control over there. The government is focusing mainly on Yangon, Mandalay, you know, all these
City,
big cities. Yeah, yeah,
because they're money making areas, I guess, and they're trying to profit.
exactly. Exactly. For so far CDM is done all over in Mandalay. So Yangon is like still here and there. Like some people are going to work, you know, the government work. So we're trying to get like full CDM in Yangon as well and other states as well.
How about like your friends, like local friends, like what's the relationship been like? Yeah, are any of your friends like arrested and
Oh yeah, two of my friends got arrested while protesting. So they protest him since March 2nd or March 3rd, and
Mhm.
then yeah, they just released them today.
Yeah, I saw the news they released like 600.
600 exactly. Well, the news is there, but then they arrest more than 600. One my friends got arrested. They were 300 student. Just one in one time they arrest 300 students. So you can imagine how many times, you know, they arrest students.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the worst part is they don't just release a student. Back in February, they released those prisoners, actually, the people who actually robbed and killed and raped people, you know, not just
Like
these
actual prison people.
actual prison people. They released them and then they just like let them go on street and, you know, do the um
They released the criminals, so at least they're
they,
compassionate a little bit, I guess. They don't want
yeah,
people in jail.
yeah. I don't know what was that for.
That sounds weird. That sounds like the Suicide Squad, where they just release the
Exactly.
criminals out.
They released the criminal.
That's interesting. I wonder what their motive was. Yeah, but
And we protest for that as well. We are like no more, you know, releasing prisoners and stuff. But it stopped. They just stopped releasing. They released thousands of prisoners back in February, but we heard that it's gonna happen again in 27. So this month 27 is like a big day. We are hoping for like the federal military to join us, and then the prisoner will release. And yeah, like it will be a big day. We think.
mm, I mean,
Yeah,
I just hope for the best. I don't want people to be dying. And
me neither.
I really I don't know why. I'm kind of pissed off like all these like other powers, like all these other countries that don't have like they have power but they're not really like doing anything. That's not enough. I don't think there's enough speaking out of like there's not enough action. I don't think.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like it was hot back in February, but then it was just like a trend, you know. It just happened for a while, and then people don't give attention anymore. So what our plan is that we will go slow and steady. So for now, we're doing silent strike. We're not going out much, but we are going for a long run. You know, we are hoping for a long time. So, but our main goal is not to get this guy on the chair
Hmm.
basically. Yeah.
And I mean, even if you think about like solutions, it's not easy to think of solutions. And even if like if you try to send out support, like for
Hmm.
example, if Malaysia like sends out food, like a food crate or whatever, just to like
Yeah,
supply it, like it's going to get confiscated by the military, and they're gonna, it's like there's
they're
so
gonna
much.
take it. Yeah,
There's a lot of it's hard to think of a solution or just how to help. But I mean, it would be
but
nice to see like some initiative, you know?
yeah, we are hoping for the other countries to come together and do something against this guy. Like honestly,
Yeah, at least
just
just
on
say,
him,
or at least just
to
say
just
something. At least say, hey,
say
dude, don't
something.
don't do
Yeah,
that, bro. It's not nice. I mean, I don't think the Malaysian government said anything because this. I feel like this is more like a Southeast Asian problem. Like we gotta at least. It's
say
something that's
something.
happening within here. Like if the world is not gonna help out, at least let's, like even the people within, like nearby, let's at least say something. You know? Be-
Yeah, that's the thing. They just they just keep saying we are hoping for the best. Like nothing gonna happen if you hope for the best.
yeah,
You have the
you
power.
have power.
You have power. You can do something. That's the thing. I don't know what they're scared of.
At least send out like one guy maybe, just like with a gun, see what happens.
We protest. Okay, for us, like most student, we protest in front of the, what do you call, the embassies. We
Hmm.
just give letters to the embassy. They just take them, and we were thinking that something will come out, but then at the end of the day nothing happened. They just do meetings and all this stuff, but no positive.
They just talk about a solution. They just talk about how
Yeah,
to have a
but
solution, but they
then
don't actually act on it.
yeah, but nothing happened. People are dying here. A lot of people are dying and getting arrested and all this stuff. So we have to take action on our own. We start protesting more, and
Yeah,
we start doing CDM more. But so far, there's not even a single soldier that died so far. Can you imagine that? Like the
not
protests are like
not
protests
even
are
of COVID, huh?
yeah, not even of COVID because we have the vaccine.
Damn,
So protesting students are like thousands of millions of people were protesting, right? But these military people are like just hundreds or thousand mostly. But we don't have the power to fight against them
there's no
because
guns, there's no tanks.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
At least I guess
Yeah.
one of the solution would be like if the government, like Malaysia, sends out some guns to the students or something. Maybe.
Maybe then there will be conflict between Malaysia government and the
I
Myanmar
mean,
government,
I
which
wouldn't
I
mind.
don't think
At least they're
so.
standing for something. At least they're
Right,
standing for like human rights. At least they're standing
exactly.
for something. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there should be more attention to this.
Well, I don't think the Malaysia government like Myanmar government since Rohingya crisis, because as you know, a lot of Rohingya are, residing in Malaysia already. So the government is keep Malaysia government is keep saying Myanmar government to take their people back.
Oh,
But then Myanmar government is like, these are not my people, these are Bangladesh people. So
I didn't know that.
the situation, yeah, about that thing as well.
I mean, if
So
even if that's the case, I mean, they should help out Myanmar because of that. They'd be like, all right, we'll help you out because we want to send these people back. I mean, it's kind of in the best interest of everyone if for like a stable government. But at the same
yeah,
time, yeah, the Malaysian government right now is not like in the best condition, so I guess they can't help out or they can't even
yeah.
send out a statement. I mean, I guess they have sent out a statement or something about like how they're against it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. In the UN, the meeting, UN meeting, Malaysia government is like really against the Myanmar coup, and all that. But oh, another interesting thing though, this military guy, he just said that he will take all the Rohingya back from the countries like Thailand,
Hmm.
Bangladesh, and Malaysia. So, which is interesting. I'm just hoping that is he doing all that just to,
Kill
you
them.
know, uh, or just to take all the action back from ICJ. That's what I'm like thinking because ICJ is giving him all the
So
have the power to.
does this main guy like how does he announce like his things? Like Is it?
Oh,
Does he have a TikTok? Does he have his own TikTok where he just says,
no, he have this. Okay, you know how Fox News is
mm-hmm,
on US?
on the
Yeah, he
TV?
have, yeah, like Fox News is owned by, and not owned by, he Fox News is not against Trump, right? Like
Yeah,
just talk good about Trump's and
government
stuff.
owned media.
Government owned media, something like
Mm,
that. We have MWD, which is called Myawaddy Media, and yeah, we have only one channel. So he announced all the stuff on there.
mm.
So that channel only show good things about the military, how military take care of the people, and how military is cleaning the pagodas and all that stuff. But in
Cleaning,
reality,
cleaning it out of the
yeah,
go.
yeah, in reality they are cleaning the go.
Do they show like the military giving handouts or something? No.
Oh yeah, they show that like military is like when the in TV, Myanmar is like really rich country. All the people are living in this fancy houses only, but
Mm-hmm.
in reality, it's like, how the interview movie is. Have you
Interview
have you watched the interview? Like, have you watched the movie?
with who in it?
Okay, it's about North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait. Um. Oh, you haven't watched the interview?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, that's a good one. You should watch it.
Yeah, about North Korea, huh? North Korea the interview.
Yeah, with James Franco. You know that guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
with him.
it's a good guy. The
Yeah,
interview. Yeah, I don't think I've watched it.
yeah, like yeah, something like that. So basically, he just show that people are living in fancy houses, having cars and everything, in the channel. But in reality, people are dying with the war.
Starvation and poverty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, we've gone for like an hour.
Oh
So,
wow.
uh, I guess I need to get like what your hope is, because you've already said like you said you're gonna like wait out for months, and then you did say the secret, the secret plan was 27th. You guys are gonna find out if more information.
Yeah, I mean, but we're just hoping that the federal army will join us, first of all, and second is that if they don't, we will just do CDM and stay at home and fight against the military coup. That's the only hope we have. And yeah, ICC and ICJ will do something against this military coup
Hmm. And
in
also,
the court.
you think you can leave the country, like flights, like
Oh,
how's
no, the flights are closed, but I have this information that we can go to Malaysia and Thailand, not to other countries though. Yeah.
so because you study here, so it's like you kind of can
Y-
get.
Yeah, I can come there, but I'm not sure whether like it is possible for me to come there or not.
Hmm.
Come to Malaysia, because I have to go through procedure like COVID vaccine and stuff because I don't have the vaccine, right? So once I come to Malaysia, I have to get the COVID test and
Yeah, it's that's why it's a messy situation, because you have like two crises on top of each other, and they're both really
exactly.
bad. The COVID crisis, and then you got the military crisis, and the
Yeah.
economy is also another crisis that's I think it's growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So far, the two thing. I mean, COVID is not even in the on the table right now.
locally there.
Locally, yeah. The economy is like the first thing that I'm scared of. The second thing is the military government because if we stay in silent, they don't do nothing. If we just obey the order, whatever they say. So we're staying in silent, but we are doing CDM. So if we do CDM, it's gonna affect our economy. So we will go in poverty. So
The
both
people
of
will be, yeah.
both of the scenario is bad for the people. Yeah.
Even the best case scenario is pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
So your hope, yeah, your hope is just to wait, and
Just to wait and and just hope that the UN will do something.
or at least just talk about it. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
we see you.
yeah. Or the federal army will join us and kill these military people.
End game it.
Yeah, NK.
Yeah, I mean, my hope. My hope. I mean, everybody I think feels like they wish for peace and they don't want people to die.
Hmm. Well,
And
one or like 100 or 200 people will die if the federal army will join us.
mhm.
That's like we have to sacrifice.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
For
we're sacrificing our freedom already, so
so,
why not?
what's
That's
the
a
price of independence and freedom? You know,
Yeah.
that's
I
always
mean,
that question.
just like a week ago, 18-year-old medical student died because he was while protesting. He's just 18 years old, like so young. He have like his life ahead.
Yeah, you could have saved like a bunch of lives too. So
Yeah,
there's always that calculation that's hard to make.
exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the tricky part. War is tricky if they're gonna have like because I think it's almost already like a civil war with the protest. I would call it
Mm-hmm.
like a mini civil war because it's like they segment it because it's not like coordinated, right? The protest.
Yeah, it's not, and there's no leader here. We're just going out on our own. There's not like a single person who is leading all the people who are protesting. Not like that. Yeah, everyone have their own enthusiasm and everything because they actually wants to fight against this military coup because we feel that as an individual, how not having a freedom is.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. Freedom. So you
Yep.
have anything to add?
Well, nothing much. Just pray for to get a better future.
Yeah. I mean, I hope the local government would do something here and send out. I mean, they can just send me out in a tank or something. At least, at least that'd be something, bro. If the
In
government
a
is
tank.
watching right now, I'll sign up. You guys can put me in a tank, some armor, and a gun. Send me out.
I hope so. I hope so.
I'll
Yo,
do a little
I'm
bit. I'll Rambo it. Uh,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind dying for something, man.
Yo, you make me feel bad. Even I wants to go out, but then it's just like that is on the door. If one person go out while protesting, you never know when the dead is knocking your
Yeah.
door.
I mean, I know I said I wouldn't mind dying for something, but I would prefer not to. So, as much as I want to die for something greater, I would
Yes.
prefer not
Yeah.
to,
That's
but I wouldn't
okay.
mind.
Yeah, but I feel like doing like this, speaking out for rights, that's what you have done, it's a lot already, instead of just not speaking out for the right.
I mean, because a lot of people are confused about the situation. They don't know what's going on, and I
Hmm.
feel like we've done a a good job of explaining like what's the situation and what the situation moving forward is. And right now, I think the situation moving forward is not good, and that should be people should still be watching it with close eyes. I mean, not close eyes, but close. Not like closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should be watching the situation closely, and
Closely. Yeah.
if there's something that doesn't sit well with you, talk about it.
Hmm.
And this whole situation does not sit well with me.
Yeah, I'm helping out like as an individual by telling people on social media that if there's anything that uncomfortable, like that they're feeling emotionally, or whatever they're feeling, they can just come and talk to me as a psychologist, like since we're doing psychology. So that's what I can do, like from my side.
All right, so I guess that's that.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank
Thanks for having me.
thank you for like just giving us the information, man.
No problem, anytime.
All right.
And I don't know whether I explained it well or not. If I rumble it, I'm sorry. I don't know. I
No,
mean,
you're very clear.
yeah. And my English is like really bad. I've been here for like, I don't know, 4 months, and I barely speak English, so it's like my English is getting worse.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's really good. It's very clear, and
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.